Let's go, D. Big series right here. We got to step it up.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game, watching this offensive line, because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. Our first update now comes from Atlanta, and it's the NFC champs, the Falcons, that have moved out to an early advantage. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first 2 drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it to the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. On second down, it's Taylor. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. No score after 1 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, go orange. Orange. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
He's cracked.
Hey, Delta. He's coming.
They'll try to throw here. Rivers. Flush to his right. And oh, look at that. A diving catch. Good yardage there for the Colts. 18 and a first down.
Whip. Watch the whip. 25. Check 20.
Pilot, 64. Weak.
He finds Matthews. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of 2 there. Second down.
Take 3. 218. Chop. Orange 5-4. Get on.
On second and 12. Rivers. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive, quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
1st and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
SOS.
Hey, Echo. Hey, I want to go side.
From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And the Colts hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first point. It's a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
And feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And it's been a rocky start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first two drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn into first downs and hopefully points. And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Got his man. That's Tyrell Williams. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down. Like Antonio Brown, Tyrell Williams came to the Raiders in March. Came up the coast from L.A. where he caught 41 balls last year with the Chargers. His best year was 2016 when the Chargers were still in San Diego. Over 1,000 yards, 7 touchdowns, and the Raiders really have high hopes for this 27-year-old receiver. They go jet sweep here with Williams. Room here to run. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
This is one of those plays that could go either way, but we've seen the influence of the college game now in the NFL, where we're seeing more and more of these plays run, and that one went for a big gain.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 26-yard line. Carr gives to Richard. They give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Carr gonna throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. From the gun, it's Carr. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That one good for 7 as this long drive continues and the chains move again. The Raiders into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 15. Second quarter, 2 minutes remain. 3-0 our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
54, Mike, 54, Mike. Check, walk 54, walk 54.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Tackle made there by Tony Jefferson.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a gain, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
Right down. 185.
54. Watch the twist, watch the twist. Switch.
No chief. Express.
Check three. He's checking.
On second down now, it's Jacobs, and he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That play gets them 6 yards and sets them up with a 1st and goal. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Check. Watch the eye.
Here's Jacobs. And he'll get him a bit closer as he's down to the 2-yard line. Give him 3 on the game there. 2nd and goal. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. They'll run it with Jacobs, and he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? They'll run here on 3rd and goal. And he's in. Touchdown, Raiders. A great effort there as the first half is winding down. And the Raiders have taken the lead. Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. This is the flip side of that. You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. Final play of the half, Rivers. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout.
The
final shot before break. Rivers looking for Campbell downfield. He's got a man complete. So we've reached halftime with the visiting Raiders out in front. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Raiders with the lead already, and they will get the football here as the second half is now underway. This one fielded at the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. Anthony Walker coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. Carr. It's complete to Williams. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more right coming.
Third down, the Colts beefing up the secondary. 6 defensive backs in the game.
Mike 51. Mike 51.
Hey, Haywood.
51's the Mike. 51's the Mike.
Shotgun now for Carr. And that will be incomplete.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, it should not stop them at all from going back to him to find him. Find him.
And he gets it away, and it's a laser headed for the sidelines. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. They'll run on first down. Taylor. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to it. It'll be a gain of 17 and an Indianapolis first down.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed. He's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers. They're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
No gain on the play there. Second down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
All right. Black 15.
Get your swarm on. Check safety. Check safety. Show it up.
Cross the right.
On second down, it's Hines. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. So from second and long, now we go to third and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
Taylor. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one good for 33 and a first. He only needed a few inches. He got that and then some.
It felt to me like his offensive line and teammates took that as a personal challenge. They knew the line of scrimmage would be stacked. Didn't matter how many bodies were in there. They just wanted to create a little bit of a sliver for him, and that's what they did, and he rumbled.
And some room to run now. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Indianapolis. In for the score. And the Colts are going to jump back in front. And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his RAC, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. From the gun, Carr. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll mark him down right around the 9, just shy of the 10. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look. 6 DBs. Operating from the gun. Carr. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And it looks like the offense did get the football back, but it is clearly in that end zone, and it's going to be a safety. So troubles here offensively. I tell you, the noise in this dome, that has got to make it harder for these guys to hear.
Sometimes I find myself shouting up here. But you're right. If you can't communicate well or get off the snap count properly, it can cause big problems, and this qualifies as a big problem.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Watch the run. Kill. Check the backer.
On 1st down, it's Taylor. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Six yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. Now Rivers. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball. And I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
Down. 54's Mike. 180. Hey, we're good. 180.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Jacobs, and he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
It's interesting going into this game. There was so much talk from both sides about who would control the line of scrimmage. I think we've seen who has it in this one so far.
Well, they've bottled him up. He's barely averaging over 3 yards a carry right now. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a short gain here down to the 22.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5.
Hey, box truck, box truck.
51, Mike 51. Better front. You better break. I'm letting you know right now, you better break.
Snap comes at 1, and it's Carr. Pressure applied, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back at the 33-yard line. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. And his kick is absolutely perfect. Back now in Indianapolis, where the 4th quarter will begin with a kickoff following the score of the final play of the 3rd quarter. Carlson now to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Hey, Delta! Protein spill!
Slam, slam. Check, 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 check. Check, check, check. Shit.
The tackle made by Nicholas Morrow.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
58's the money. 58's the money.
Let's make these babies cry all the way back home, yo.
Load it!
On 2nd down now, it's Taylor. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
Here we go.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
And he'll rumble for about 5, up close to the 40. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
High 7.
From the 39, Rivers is going to let this one go deep. Now look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they will finally get him as he's all the way down near the 40-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game to the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders have retaken the lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And now the Raiders will face an important 2-point conversion attempt here. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run pass option. And he's going to be taken down. It's a sack, and they fail on the try for 2. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. This fielded at the 2. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line.
Ready.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And if we kept having a rough patch, he said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A gain of 11 that time, and a Colts first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Hey, watch it. Watch it. Go. Check 43. Kill.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. They've called his number a lot this afternoon. You wonder how much tread is left on those tires.
We certainly do, but I always think back to one of my favorite coaches in the NFL, and he used to have a meeting with his running backs every year in the offseason and say, look, as many times as you're going to carry the ball, you should be able to carry it one more time, so make sure you get in shape.
Bravo!
Rivers to throw this time. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Max Crosby brings him down, and that's a play he's going to remember. The first sack of his NFL career. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, easy.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
You ain't going nowhere.
Hey, orbit.
Watch out. Shift. Watch the shift. Slam.
180. Hey, ready. Behind.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. It's caught inside the 25. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
We play to win.
So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On first down, it's Taylor. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. A great play there. Hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Jump.
Check 50. Red Delta. Load it.
They're going to keep it on the ground. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on 2nd down.
Not in a position where they absolutely have to rush right now, but they definitely have to pick up the tempo a bit.
Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll run on first down. Jacobs. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
Down. 180.
51. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Who's right here? 808.
Now Carr. That's complete to his tight end. This is Lance Kendricks. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Kill.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And a short gain down to about the 33. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Carr. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Tony Jefferson. And it's a good return here as he'll get all the way up close to the 35.
Intercepted. The Colts take over first and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
On first down, Taylor. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 33-yard line.